Yes, sir.
Over to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Brandon. And I see the notice for recording. Good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday, September the 10th. Time is 6:10. I now call this regularly scheduled virtual meeting of the Aurora Planning and Zoning Commission to order. I'll now call the roll of commissioners. Commissioner Jecic.
Present.
Commissioner Bush.
Present.
Commissioner Geiser.
Present.
Commissioner Riley.
Present.
Commissioner Benka.
Present.
Commissioner Hogan.
Present.
And Commissioner Walls is also present. We've established a quorum with 7 voting members of the commission present this evening. The Pledge of Allegiance will not be said tonight as this meeting is virtual. We'll move on to the approval of the minutes from August the 27th. Everyone received a draft of those minutes. Did you all have an opportunity to read them? And are there any amendments or corrections? Seeing none, the chair moves to approve the minutes as presented without objection. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Riley. It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from August the 27th, 2025 without objection. Is there any discussion on the motion? Without discussion, is there any objection? Without objection, the minutes from August the 27th will be approved as presented. Tonight, we have 2 items of general business across 1 applications, items 8A and 8B. The chair moves to approve the agenda as presented without objection. Is there a second? Thank you, Commissioner Hogan. It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as presented without objection. Any discussion? Without discussion, any objection? Without objection, the agenda will be adopted. I'll now read a summary of our policies and procedures for this evening's meeting. Please make sure your home or computer microphone is on mute unless you're speaking. The Planning and Zoning Commission meeting is a quasi-judicial hearing. There is no swearing in of those who will give testimony, but it is presumed that all parties are telling the truth. When addressing the commission as an applicant or their representative, please state your first and last name, as well as the organization that you're representing. You may additionally state if you are an Aurora resident. If you are addressing the commission as a member of the general public for public testimony, please state your first and last name and if you are an Aurora resident. For each agenda item, there will be an initial presentation by city staff. Afterward, commissioners may ask questions of staff. Discussion of agenda items by commissioners will be conducted only following a motion and a second. Following the staff presentation, the applicant or their representative may choose to make a presentation or answer questions. The applicant will have 10 minutes for their presentation. Commissioners may ask questions of the applicant. Members of the public that have signed up to speak will each have 3 minutes to speak on the agenda item during this public comment period. It is asked that only new information be presented. The same argument should not be repeated. Commissioners may ask questions of the public following their comments. After public comments, the applicant will have 5 minutes to address any public comments. Commissioners may ask questions of the applicant. The chair will ensure all commissioners have no further questions of the applicant or staff. The chair will then call for the question. After a motion has been made and seconded, the commissioners will then discuss the case amongst themselves. After the discussion, the chair will call the question. Commissioners are finders of fact and will vote based on their evaluation of the evidence presented as compared to Code Section 146. All rulings by the Planning and Zoning Commission are normally final. Exceptions are zoning map amendments, zoning code amendments, and comprehensive plan amendments that need City Council approval. Decisions by the Commission can be appealed to City Council by presenting a written appeal to the City Manager within 10 calendar days of the public hearing. City Council also has the discretion to call up any case whether an appeal has been made or not. Notices for this virtual meeting were published, posted to the City website, and the development projects were posted with signs on the properties. Notices were also mailed to adjacent landowners per city requirements. Without a consent agenda, we will move into agenda items 8A and 8B, which will be a joint presentation. First, recording for the minutes, Commissioner site visits. Commissioner Jecic, Commissioner Bush, Commissioner Hogan, Commissioner Riley, and Commissioner Walls. Commissioner Benka as well. Thank you. Agenda item 8A is the Dunkin' Donuts at 270 South Havana, which will be hearing the conditional use and the site plan with adjustment. Our case manager this evening is Morgan Jennings. The applicant is Wallace Design Collective. Morgan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Commissioner Walls. So for you tonight is I'm presenting the Dunkin' Donuts 270 South Havana conditional use and site plan with adjustment application. The applicant, Wallace Design Collective, is requesting 2 approvals, a conditional use for a drive-through and a site plan for new 1,000-square-foot coffee shop, Dunkin' Donuts. The parcel is zoned MUC, which is mixed-use commercial, and is within Subarea B. 1 adjustment is being requested for the drive-through orientation. The subject site is located east of South Havana Street and north of East Alameda Avenue at 270 South Havana. It is directly surrounded by Common Grounds Golf Course to the west, a dealership to the north, and RTD-owned property to the east and south. While being surrounded mostly by the mixed-use corridor zone district, a parks and open space zone district is located to the west across Havana Street. This is a site photo facing east showing the existing bus stop and the former car wash on site. And in this photo facing northwest, we see that the car wash has been demolished and the site is ready for redevelopment. 4 adjacent property owners and 17 registered neighborhood organizations were notified of this application. No comments were received during the review of the application, therefore no neighborhood meeting was held. This is a view of the sign posted on site. The major issues discussed throughout the review process included site design and building orientation, the drive-through conditional use, and the adjustment request. So the site is designed with the building along South Havana Street with 1 drive-through lane, a walkway off South Havana Street with a crosswalk to the patio area, a patio area adjacent to the walk-up window for pedestrians, site circulation with direct ingress and egress located on the east side, and there's landscaping throughout the site, including a street frontage buffer for the Havana Street overlay. This application meets UDO requirements in that the proposal will not change the character of the surrounding area. The proposal will enhance the surrounding area with a new building, landscaping, and pedestrian connections to the South Havana Street and the bus stop adjacent to the site. And the site will not create adverse impacts on the surrounding area based on the approved traffic study. Additionally, the proposed size, scale, and height of the building and hours of operation are compatible with the existing and planned uses in the surrounding area. The drive-through business will operate daily from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. with 3 to 4 employees at any given time. An adjustment is being requested for Code Section 146 3.3.6.E.5. This code section states that a drive-through shall not be located between any facade of a primary building or any street. However, due to the small size and shape of the lot, it is requested that the drive-through be located between South Havana Street and the building. Mitigation efforts are being provided through a screening wall along the drive-through, the location of the ordering board, and an enhanced landscape buffer along South Havana Street. Staff does support this adjustment request. This conditional use complies with the criteria for approval as follows. The application complies with applicable standards in the UDO and the mixed-use corridor zone district. It's consistent with the comprehensive plan city corridor. The size, scale, height, density, multimodal traffic impacts, and hours of operation are compatible with existing uses in the area and will not change the predominant character of the area. There is adequate capacity within the city infrastructure to serve the proposed development, and adverse impacts to the surrounding area have been mitigated. The site plan complies with the criteria for approval as follows. The proposal complies with the applicable standards in the UDO. There's capacity with the existing city infrastructure to accommodate and the development and the improvements. The proposal is compatible with the surrounding uses, and adverse impacts have been mitigated, such as the drive-through incorporating a screen wall. Staff finds that the site plan with adjustment and conditional use meet the approval criteria because it is consistent with the applicable UDO standards. Approval of the site plan with adjustment should be subject to resolving technical issues prior to recordation and issuance of any building permits. This concludes my presentation. The applicant and team are present, and we are all able to answer any questions you may have.
Great, thank you for your presentation, Morgan. I'll open the floor for questions from the commission.
This is Commissioner Jetchik. Is this Dunkin' Donuts related at all to the one at I Live in Havana?
I do not believe so, but the applicant is here and may know more about that.
All right.
If the applicant is available, do you know who would answer that, Morgan, so we can make sure they get unmuted?
Okay.
There we go, Doug Redman.
Okay.
So Doug, just state your name, and you may also state if you're an Aurora resident.
You're still on mute.
He's still muted, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to unmute. My name is Doug Redman. I'm the franchisee, along with my daughter, Katie Godowski. Her husband, Jake, is on the line as well. I want to say hello, first of all, to Becky. We worked together a long time ago and appreciate all her help that she gave me on that one. No, the Isla and Havana store is owned by a different franchisee.
Okay.
I'm a resident of Parker, so not a resident of Aurora, but we do have 2 additional stores in Aurora.
Okay, further questions from the commission?
I have one.
Commissioner Riley?
So in reading the report, I noticed that the bus stop is going to stay there. So there won't be any impact to that. My only concern was with the landscaping, the potential for people to crash through that landscaping, which is going to be probably very nice to get the Dunkin' Donuts. Is there a concern about that?
There is a walkway being provided from
Okay.
the sidewalk and bus stop through the landscaping. There's sidewalk, and then across the drive-through where there's a crosswalk, and it goes to the walk-up window.
Okay, thank you very much.
Further questions from the commission? Okay, seeing none. Stephanie, do we have any members of the public signed up to speak on 8A or 8B?
No, Chair, we do not.
Okay, at this time, I'll close this portion of the public hearing and entertain a motion first on agenda item 8A, which is the conditional use.
This is Commissioner Jetchik. I'm unmuted. Okay. Agenda item 8A, conditional use for a drive-through. Based on staff recommendation, the presentation and discussions at this evening public hearing, I move to approve the conditional use for a drive-through facility in a mixed-use corridor MU-C zone district because the proposal complies with requirements of code section 146-5.4.3.A.3 of the Unified Development Ordinance for the reasons stated in the staff report.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Jetchik. It's been moved to approve agenda item 8A, and Commissioner Banka seconds. It's been moved and seconded. I will open the floor for discussion on the conditional use.
I would
Commissioner
just want to
Riley.
make a couple comments there. So again, reading the report, I was pleased to see the landscaping issue addressed there. I mean, we had that Sept review. This is definitely going to take care of a blighted site, having walked around there when I did the inspection. And then the idea of closing the northern area, again, you know, enhancing the multimodal impact. It's a safety issue. Closing that down, and I just appreciate that was considered. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Riley. I would also like to concur with those comments. I appreciate the adherence to the overlay. That's much appreciated along Havana with the special landscaping overlay. And I think that this conditional use makes a lot of sense. A drive-through makes sense here, grab and go coffee. And I think my only reservation about it was the adjustment. As all of you are aware, I'm a hawk for adjustments and I look for mitigating factors for those. And I think this actually makes sense for the conditional use to approve a drive-through here, because actually adhering to the code without the adjustment wouldn't make sense. And I probably would be likely not to be in favor of that conditional use if it were kind of flip-flopped. So I think that this adjustment actually is one of the rare cases where it kind of corrects the code with this particular application. So were I voting, I would support this. Further comment on the discussion of 8A? Yep, Commissioner Hogan.
Thank you very much, Doug. It is a pleasure to know that you're opening up a new operation. I have had the opportunity to work with Mr. Redman and his amazing family. on the Dunkin' Donuts in Serenity Ridge, which was one of our first in Aurora. So it means a lot to me that we have a good franchisee that will run a healthy and profitable business. So I will be supporting this, and congratulations, and letting everybody know that he is from the great state of Nebraska.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Hogan. Thank you for those comments. I did want to clarify for the record specifically, because this could be subject to appeal by members of the public or whoever, in voting or moving forward with this particular agenda item, you would have no particular conflict of interest or no ex parte, and you could review this hearing impartially.
That is absolutely correct on all fronts.
Thank you, Commissioner Hogan. Further discussion on agenda item 8A? Seeing none, I will call the roll. Commissioner Jacek,
Approve.
Commissioner Bush,
Approve.
Commissioner Geiser,
Approve.
Commissioner Riley,
I approve.
Commissioner Benka,
Approve.
Commissioner Hogan,
Approve.
and Commissioner Walls will abstain. Agenda item 8A is approved with 6 votes to approve. Moving on to the site plan with the adjustment, 8B, I will entertain a motion on agenda item 8B.
This is Commissioner Jacek again. Just trying to move this along. My granddaughter has a volleyball game right after I want to watch. Agenda item 8B, site plan with adjustment based on the staff recommendation, the presentation discussions at this evening's public hearing. I move to approve with one condition, the site plan with one adjustment related to the location of the drive-through lane, because the proposal complies with requirements of Code Section 146-5.4.3.b.2.c of the Unified Development Ordinance for the reasons stated in the staff report. Approval to be subject to the following condition: resolution of outstanding technical issues prior to recordation and issuance of building permits.
Commissioner
Great, thank you.
Geiser seconds.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Jacek and Commissioner Geiser. It's been moved and seconded to approve agenda item 8B. I will open the floor for discussion. And just for the purposes of the minutes, I would like all my comments to also stand for agenda item 8B. Further discussion on the approval of 8B. Commissioner Benka.
I just want to say I too agree that this will be good on a vacant piece of land. It will, it will be nice to have something there and help improve the area. So I'm excited about this project.
Absolutely. We always welcome another great small business owner along Havana. Further discussion on 8B. Seeing none, I'll call the roll. Commissioner Jacek,
Approve.
Commissioner Bush,
Approve.
Commissioner Geiser,
Approve.
Commissioner Riley,
I approve.
Commissioner Benka,
Approve.
Commissioner Hogan,
Approve.
and Commissioner Walls will abstain. Congratulations, agenda item 8B is approved with 6 votes. Welcome to On Havana Street. Okay, we will move on to public invited to be heard on any non-agenda items. Stephanie, is anyone signed up this evening?
No, Chair, we do not.
Okay, then we will move to item number 10, and specifically 10A. This is comments by commissioners or miscellaneous items of business. This evening we have one miscellaneous item of business, and the chair will rise to remove from the table the Urban Cottages Jewel site plan with adjustments, which is noted in development application and plan as project number 1608615. It's been moved to remove from the table the Urban Cottages Jewel by the chair. Is there a second? Thank you, Commissioner Bush. It's been moved and seconded. Actually, there's no discussion on this particular motion. I will call the roll. Commissioner Jacek,
Approve.
Commissioner Bush.
Approve.
I think that was okay. Commissioner Geiser,
Approve.
Commissioner Riley,
I approve.
Commissioner Benka,
Approve.
Commissioner Hogan,
Approve.
and Commissioner Walls also votes to approve. So the Urban Cottages Jewel project will be available to be scheduled for a future agenda item by the Planning Commission, to be heard by the Planning Commission. Okay, any other comments, announcements, miscellaneous items of business by the Commission? Commissioner Geiser.
Yes, my term expires at the end of this year. And after 30 years of public service, some of them full-time, on over 70 boards and commissions, I'm not going to reapply.
But we
Oh,
really
That is very
appreciate you
sad
doing it.
news, Commissioner Geyser, but you've had an incredible tenure. And it's been an absolute pleasure working with you with a short time that I've been on Planning Commission compared to certainly your tenure. But it's been great to work with you, Bob, and get to know you a bit. And I look forward to the next few months, and we'll have to do some sort of Christmas goodbye, Bob celebration. Further comments by commissioners. Commissioner Riley.
For Brandon and that marvelous staff on the second deck, a question about the signage in the public right of ways, UDO 537. When they expire, they're supposed to come down in 10 days. Can we, while we're out there driving around, can I pull them up and bring them in? Or, I mean, is that okay to do? And you're on mute. Oh, there you go.
Good question. And so you're talking about the yellow
Yeah.
signs noticing of public hearing. I'm kind of inclined to say probably not, but
Okay.
you know, give them a chance to take them down in a reasonable period of time. There are certainly times where I come across a sign that the black writing's gone because it's been up there for so long. So if that's the case, maybe, yeah. But I would give them a little time to take it down and kind of wrap up their project. But I appreciate the thought. That's my opinion.
Okay, that's fine. I just see them, and some of them are a couple months old. So I just, you know, so they don't become landfill products.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if they're getting old, I think that might be a good idea. If they're in the right of way and they're old like that,
Okay.
that's pretty
All
fair game like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to take the opportunity on the minutes because I feel like it's important to address Ben for his presentation in preparation for our study session today, as well as the other staff that have reviewed that particular school presentation. I think that you guys did an amazing job. I'm a little upset with that applicant presentation. It was something that I've never seen before Planning Commission. That level of unpreparedness and that level of disrespect for publicly appointed commissioners. I'm very upset, but my hat is off to you, Ben. I can't imagine what that project has been like and will continue to be like as it moves through the process. As the only member of commission that is currently working for a school and a charter school, I'm very concerned about that application. Very, very concerned because I see traffic every day it's a pre-K through 8th grade school, just like this one. I know I'm familiar with Lotus and I'm very concerned about this application, and it's unfortunate. There are issues that need to be brought to the attention of that school board, but clearly we were a bump in the road for this particular applicant and they didn't want any further delay, so be it. Further comments, discussions, miscellaneous items of business? Commissioner Hogan?
I'll make this quick, Kale, because I know the volleyball game is going to begin anytime if it hasn't already. I too was very disappointed in this applicant presentation. I don't really know how applicants what they're told about a presentation to Planning Commission. I don't know, whether they take this seriously because it is advisory or if they're wanting to check off a box. Usually APS sends somebody. So there were a number of things that were kind of wonky about tonight. And I will not be surprised, and Lena, let me know if I'm contacted by one of the school board members to say, how did it go tonight? Am I free to tell her, since the hearing is over, it was recorded and there will be minutes? That's a Lena question.
Yes, sorry. I was trying to find my unmute button. I apologize. Yes, at this point, the hearing is over, and your role is only advisory. So I would say that, yes, that would be
That's
probably all right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, further miscellaneous business? Seeing none, we'll move on to our report by our planning division manager. Brandon, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. My usual report out would be administrative decisions since our last meeting. Just one to report this time. So more activity at Stafford Logistics Center, just south of the Piccadilly interchange. That's nearing completion, hopefully. And so it's basically some of the more commercially situated properties along Piccadilly and Colfax and 13th there, and kind of laying out some of the backage streets that would serve kind of the commercial areas in that area. So that's the only one I have to report out on that. For public meetings, nothing new really with City Council. I think our projects have cleared out for the time being. And we did have PED this morning. I'm sure some of you listened in on that. And so if you have any questions on my portion of that, I'm happy to answer any of those. That's my report. Thank you.
Thanks, Brandon. I'll open the floor for questions from the commission.
Just a comment, Brandon and I are working on study sessions for the remainder of this year that we hope will excite and thrill you all.
Great. And in Lena's report, I'm sure she's planning to address, we will have a very small change to your plans for the next upcoming study session for our rule changes. So I'm sure she'll go over that, but okay. Any further questions, comments for Brandon? All right, seeing none. Lena, you are up with our city attorney report.
Hi, thank you, Chair. So as the chair mentioned, my report for this evening is I hate to mention this, but sometimes I also make mistakes. And I was not aware that there was a resolution that had gone to council and was approved and made effective in August that stated in the resolution that all boards and commissions must follow O. Garfield Jones. So unfortunately, you will not be able to amend your parliamentary rules. I know, I'm as frustrated as you are. I also am not a fan of Or Garfield Jones. So I'm also sad to say that we will not be able to move forward with that. But that's my report for this evening. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Great, thank you, Lena. I think that resolution took many of us that serve on boards and commissions by surprise, that a resolution was
Yes.
passed without any public input. It's very frustrating for those of us that do serve on boards and commissions. But any questions for Lena? All right, seeing none, a final opportunity for any miscellaneous items of business or announcements. Seeing none, I move we adjourn this evening's meeting. Do I have a second? Commissioner Judgek, thank you. Meeting adjourned. Have a great evening, everyone.
All right, see you all later.
All right, see you later.
Thanks.